Hey there guys, Statsa here, and today I'm actually going to be talking about how to design anything. More specifically, I'll be talking about my thinking process behind making designs, and next week we'll be covering the 4 levels of understanding anything. But for now, let's go through the 3 stages I think of when designing something. The first stage, at least for me, is looking for interesting shapes or an overall interesting silhouette. The reason being is that if the general shape is interesting, it makes for an interesting overall design. After finding a good general overall silhouette, I try to fit it within 3D space and begin trying to kind of form it as you would maybe clay. So once you have this all down, the silhouette and also fitting it into 3D space, your second stage is to actually add functionality to the piece. My basic philosophy is everything is much easier to design when it has an actual application. And if you look at life, most interesting designs follow good applications such as trees or battleships or machines or anything else of the sort. So the basic gist here is to choose a function and design accordingly. The third stage is recurring design, and what this basically means is having similar shapes, similar patterns, and similar design aspects within your overall structure or your overall actual piece you're working on. If you look at past civilizations and cultures, they always have recurring themes and design choices. Consistent shapes, consistent patterns, and it makes the whole thing look cohesive. So why not do the same thing with your own work? Before even starting any of this, there's one thing I have to lay down on the table, and that is, firstly, let's just imagine that you wanted to draw a screwdriver. You could probably draw a basic one with all the appropriate parts, but the moment that you Google screwdrivers, that's the same moment that you get a whole new outburst of ideas. And if you think that this is cheating, that is looking at reference and looking at other screwdrivers for design ideas, I want you to notice that if you don't do it, someone else will, and they're the one that's going to get the job. Just as we have the 3 stages for producing interesting designs, that is interesting silhouette, functionality, and recurring design themes, I want you to take a moment and actually observe real-life photos of things that you kind of want to draw similar to with the same kind of mindset. As an actual example, let's look at the batteries and the airplane in the background, more specifically the airplane. So if you look at the general shape or the general silhouette of the airplanes I chose, I would say they're rather interesting. And if you go to stage 2, where you start observing it in terms of functionality, you'll come to find that every single thing, or let's just say 95% of everything that's on the airplane follows a specific application or supports something that follows an application, and that's very important. And as for the third stage, look at the recurring shape design, the recurring general theme of it, and you'll come to find that it looks pretty consistent overall. So as for today's video, you'll notice that I've been making a lot of sketches with a lot of different designs, and the reason being is that I just wanted to showcase this idea, this process of understanding and going about designing on a very basic level, which is to plain line art with some basic perspective and just some ideas splattered on a canvas and formed based on the batteries and the airplane. All the designs you see in the background all loosely follow this system, and I only say loosely because I kind of mixed and matched them at times and tried to play around a little bit, but I hope you enjoy the overall design of these. I kind of wanted to make a bunch of spaceships with batteries included in them, so they would be like charging spaceships. Although when I made it to the building and the mechs, I can't really say the same. I just had a little fun drawing something other than spaceships. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I numbered all of the different sketches, and I would love to hear which one you like the most or like the least. Just your general thoughts or anything of the sort would be awesome. And I'd also like to hear your thoughts on how you go about designing something. So I'll catch you again next Saturday, and it was an awesome time chatting with you. And remember that nothing awesome happens inside of your comfort zone.